Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB, get up, make every day count up. Wasted people, do your part, play a role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling is not so we no matter even if you're at home. Just call in.
Morning and welcome to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for this morning, Friday, September 5th, 2025. I'm Sister YaYa Marin Coleman sitting in for Brother Noor Mohammed this morning. And it's our time together until 9 o'clock this morning. So we have about 2.5 hours of free time, community conversation. Give thanks, we wake up with a move. It's a beautiful day in Belize City, at least outside Belize City. And we're thankful for this moment. We're live streaming on our social media platforms, XTV Belize on YouTube and Facebook, with a broadcast on local television, XTV Belize, and simulcasting on CREM Radio. You know the lineup if they're first time here? Stay with us till 9 o'clock Belize time, and we'll learn more about how this process works. So first we'll have the weather forecast by the National Meteorological Service of Belize. The forecaster this morning is Patrick Cumberbatch. And then we'll have the first news brief prepared for us by XTV Newsroom under the leadership of our sister, Maricela Maya. We'll take one quick break, come back, open up the phone lines, and a mandala day today, paper day, get to the newspaper. Now, we could hear what happened with the weather if the sun was hot like yesterday.
Morning Belize, an easterly airflow continues to support fair, warm and mostly dry conditions. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for mostly sunny and warm conditions today, and high temperatures are expected to reach 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, to 96 inland and 84 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be partly cloudy to clear with low temperatures of 84 along coastal areas to 74 inland and 68 in the higher elevations. Shower activity will be isolated and develop mainly over the south during the morning hours. Expect afternoon or evening thunderstorms to develop over the Maya Mountains during the afternoon or evening hours. The winds will blow from the east to southeast at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea state will be slight. A high tide will occur at 7:54 a.m., followed by a low at 3:11 this afternoon. Another high will occur at 6 minutes past 9 tonight, and a low at 2:26 a.m. The sun rose at 5:39 a.m. and will set at 3 minutes past 6. The moon will rise at 4:48 in the evening and set at 4:29 tomorrow morning. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for fair and warm weather to prevail, and shower activity will be isolated except for a few more over the south. In the sarcasm forecast, satellite and surface observation continue to show large amounts of sarcasm over area. As a result, coastal destinations will continue to experience major impacts during the next few days. And in the tropical weather outlook, a broad area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave over the eastern tropical Atlantic is likely to become a tropical depression this weekend as it moves slowly westward across the central tropical Atlantic. This system currently poses no threat to Belize, and that concludes your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, CREM FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Surveillance footage has been leaked showing the abduction of 45-year-old freelance reporter Joseph Budna on Friday, August 22 at around 9 p.m. just as he concluded a Facebook Live a stone's throw away from the Orange Walk Town police station. The video shows Budna being chased by a heavyset individual who eventually catches up to him. Thereafter, another individual enters the frame in shorts and handcuffs Budna as the first man beats down on him with a baton, including to the head. As Budna screams for help, a uniformed police officer from the police station comes out to check what is happening, but he is waved away by the man in short pants. Budna has said that his abductors told the uniformed police officer that they were police. The beatdown, we are told, lasted under 6 minutes. The two men are then joined by a third man, and together they cart Budna off into a sky blue vehicle. Budna accuses Belize police of carrying out the abduction. We note that the Commissioner of Police, Dr. Anthony Richard Rosado, said he had not gotten any information that any police officer from the station had come out to check what was happening, or that Budna had shared details of the same abduction vehicle to the officer commanding the Orange Walk police station. According to Budna, the same vehicle had followed him the night before. What the leak proves is that details provided by Budna check out. The police has ignored calls from the media for the release of the surveillance footage from all government offices located in the area where the abduction occurred. In the wake of the leak, opposition leader Honorable Tracy Panton has written, quote, "The horrifying abduction of Belizean national Joseph Budna by our very own state officials and his handover to Guatemalan authorities is nothing short of treason. As Belizeans are no longer safe in our own country, when those sworn to protect us become the perpetrators, democracy as we know it is irrefutably compromised," end quote. She calls for an independent investigation and that the police high command be replaced. Additionally, she says there must be a cabinet reshuffle and Budna needs to be returned safely to Belize. She formally wrote him a letter Thursday requesting an independent investigation. In an interview on the sidelines of the Belize Investment Summit taking place in San Pedro, Prime Minister John Briceño said yesterday he has requested the police report on the abduction by today at the latest. He noted that he has not seen the surveillance video of the actual abduction and added that the police report will determine if an independent investigation is ordered. The PM did not budge on our request for the surveillance footage to be released and reiterated that the state did not sanction the abduction.
So what do you make of the allegations that the police department, members of the police department was involved in the abduction of Joseph Budna?
Well, that allegation has been done from the very start. What have I said from earlier that I'm waiting for the police report? This morning I called Minister Musa, who is responsible as the Minister of Home Affairs, and I told him that I want that report today or by tomorrow at the very latest. Once I get that report, I will see what is it that he present, and then they will have to decide what is the next step, whether we need to have an independent investigation or what it is. But please allow me to get that before I can be able to comment further.
But I understand that Cabinet discussed this matter yesterday, Tuesday. Wouldn't you have gotten a brief then?
I don't know where you get that information because the Cabinet that I managed did not have, we had no discussions about Budna on Tuesday. So somebody give you wrong information.
Have you seen the video that was leaked showing that all signs police were involved?
Well, I have not had a chance to see the video. I've been here busy since yesterday. But again, let me repeat. I will get the report. I have told the minister I want that report today or tomorrow at the very latest. Once I get that report, then we could take the next step forward. And I'm telling you right now, if there's a need to name an independent investigation, I will do it. My government will do it. I repeat once again, this was not sanctioned by the government of Belize. We have absolutely nothing to do with that.
So far, allegations that Budna has made have checked out. If it turns out that the police is involved, he called Karim, which we assume is Minister Musa, and he also called the Compul. Would head roles then?
Well, I think we're jumping ahead of ourselves. Allow me to get the report, and once we get the report, then we will take it a step there. I will tell you that if there's a need to have an investigation, an independent investigation, we are going to have it.
What about releasing the video to the public for transparency?
Which video? I haven't seen any video.
Footage from the area, from all government departments.
Again, the report from the police will be able to to throw light to all
Well,
of that.
PM, we are formally requesting the release of all those surveillance
But
footages.
how can you do that if they're doing an investigation?
We can't because we're the media.
Hold on, relax. We need to get that report. Okay? Can we ask another question if I have any?
The government is moving forward with the expansion and modernization of the Port of Belize, which is government-owned. During the Belize Investment Summit Day 1 yesterday, Ambassador Daniel Gutierrez of the Project Execution Unit in the Ministry of Finance provided details and affirmed that the existing canal will be upgraded and repurposed to bring in larger ships rather than creating another canal. He says this will feature sustainable dredging and mangrove wetland creation. The Prime Minister says this has already been done in Panama.
Everything is decided by the Cabinet. I made up a paper to present a paper to Cabinet as to what positions do we want to do, only a container port, only a cruise port, or both of them. And the Cabinet said in their wisdom that we need to do both. And so now we come up with an estimate. It is estimated around 140 million US dollars. And then after that, we work on a master plan that was presented to Cabinet. Cabinet has accepted the master plan. We started to meet with potential investors like SSA Marin from BlackRock. The company is owned by BlackRock in the United States. We have Global Ports Holding from Turkey. Both of these companies have been building ports not only in the U.S. but also in the region and internationally. So these are bona fide investors that will come in. We've been talking to, we're trying to prepare also to start to do the dredging. And so this time around, what we've decided to do is the excess material that we can't use, we're going to build these, what they call mangrove forest, pretty much about 400 acres of, it's not going to be one block of 400, but small islands that will cover about 400 acres, and to plant mangroves in it. It has been done, I think it is in Paraguay, in South America, successfully. So we want to replicate that, and that will be able to address that issue of what you're going to do with all of that excess material. It is an exciting project. And now that when we met with Scheinbaum and Arevalo from Guatemala, with your discussions, as I pointed out to them, Belize alone can't build Tren Maya. It's going to be hundreds of millions of dollars to build it through Belize. But it has to be a regional consortium of private sector and public sector to be able to come together. Don't get excited. We have to do the studies yet. IDB, I just spoke with Thomas from the IDB, and he said they are prepared to be able to help to finance the study, to be able to see how best to position the Tren Maya. And in our discussions there, then I realized that, if we were to do that, the best place for the Tren Maya to make its main hub would be at the Port of Belize, because then we can move containers to Mexico and also to Guatemala, because both of them they need that extra service that they don't have. And then it goes on connecting to Guatemala. It's a long-term project. It's a visionary project. And again, one of our biggest problems in Belize, we like things small. We have to think big.
The plan is also to construct a road that would connect the port directly to the George Price Highway. The Prime Minister yesterday provided an update on the negotiations that are ongoing with the United States regarding Belize becoming a third safe country for migrants making their way to the U.S. The idea is for asylum seekers to wait out their application process in a country that is not the U.S. nor their country of origin. The PM emphasized that if Belize were to accept, would not be on a large scale.
Well, we're working on it. We have had discussions. We brought it to Cabinet, and the Cabinet has given a green light to continue the negotiations. But basically, what we will do, should we get to that point, and we are in negotiations with the U.S. government, or with the U.S. government, is that we are going to determine what countries or what region we want that would be allowed to come. People to be able to come. We will determine how much we will allow people to come into Belize. It's not going to be open. We're going to say we want 100 or 10 or 50. We're working on that number. I could assure you it's not going to be a large number. And thirdly, we want to ensure that whenever that happens, then that the funding would be sent over to be able to allow these people to be able to settle into Belize whilst that their case goes through the U.S. courts.
Wednesday, the Office of the Governor General announced a referendum for October 8 only for the registered voters of Key-Cocker on the legalization of cannabis. Yesterday, the Prime Minister reported that they will present changes to the Referendum Act to impose limitations regarding the potential national implications of referendums restricted to one area.
What that has shown us that there is some weaknesses in the Referendum Act, that it is allowing even because of the definition of how to hold a referendum is not properly defined by geographic area, like a district, or by constituency area. It's not been defined. So now here we have a village, in effect, saying that they want to have a referendum, and legally we could not have stopped it. So we are going to the National Assembly next week to make some amendments to ensure that those things can't happen, because then, any village could call up for a referendum for whatever it is that they want. And we want to make sure that we don't do that, one. But secondly, also that to ensure that if they want to have a referendum, it has to be something specifically just for them that does not have national implications. For instance, if Key-Cocker would want to have a referendum to limit the number of golf carts, it is something that should be done. It should be allowed. But when you issue of something like cannabis, it's something that has national implications. So then we need to be able to define those nuances as to when you could have a referendum, a national or just a local referendum.
The House meeting next week is set for September 12th. The Ministry of Immigration announced that as of September 1st, it is no longer requiring a recommender for passport applications. The Prime Minister today reiterated that as a citizen of Belize, we have the right to get a passport without the need for any recommender.
It is a big thing because as a citizen of this country, you have a right to get a passport. You have your birth certificate and you have all of the necessary. Nobody needs to recommend you to get a passport. And then what has happened after that? You have a lot of JPs standing over by the passport office, and you come from Orange Rock and they say, oops, I need to sign. I don't know nobody. And they go out there and say, hey, I had a JP and sign it, and they charge you a fee, what you should do. It is unnecessary. There are certain things that we have to move from immigration. For instance, when people apply for a permanent residency or they apply for nationality, they can't leave the country for more than a year. Those are things that were put in place 50, 60, maybe 100 years ago. Today, people have to travel. Once you can show that you're living in Belize and you may need to go to business in the United States or Mexico or wherever it is, you should be allowed to. Or if you go to visit a family that's sick or whatever, that should not prevent you from getting your PR or your nationality. So we have to be modernizing these laws in immigration and to make it more transparent and easier for those that are applying and those that need the services from the Immigration Department.
And that brings me to the end of this morning's news brief. You could stay tuned to Creme Radio immediately after Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes at 9 o'clock. From 9 to 12, there's the Morning Stew. Get news, analysis, community participation. At 12:30 on Creme Radio, there's a full news package. At 3 o'clock, there's a news brief. And at 5:15, there's a full news package. Here at XTV, at 6 o'clock, there's a full news package. Remember, you could go to YouTube and Facebook, put in XTV Belize, so you could stay connected to our programming. We're going to take one short break, and when we come back, I'll open the phone lines, and a time for we Cascas.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
It's the Martins Community Festival 2025 going down Sunday, September 7th. Mahogany Street will be the epicenter of the fun, the excitement, the food, the entertainment, and the people. This year's Martins Fest features Britney Starr, Ernestine, Chica Ramos, Nello Playa,
You deserve it, cause anything you want, you could request it, cause you
Unlimited, Toast,
every morning.
Miney, Sweet Pain 3.0, Hubie, Yas Talia, Kenny Gladden and the New Creation Band, Coconut Boy, Super G, Stig the Artist,
Every girl want me, sunny or stormy, money no.
NTR Shine, with music from Mr. Frisco, Reggae Kingpin, Tony G, DJ Dixie, Sly Boy International, DJ Buff, DJ Lala, DJ Baby, DJ Pounds, Exclusive Sounds, backed to by Hyper Sound, and hosted by Brick City. Oleander to Jasmine, the Martins Community Festival 2025, Sunday, September 7th. Sponsored by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Belize City Council, J&W Shopping Mart, Belize Electricity Limited, Hyper Sounds, the Honorable Anthony Mahler, and the Belize Police Department.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
welcome back to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Time for open the phone line. The number is 280-5848, 280-5848. You can call and talk about whatever you want. I just ask for you to be reasonable people. That means you could listen, you could think for yourself, you could not agree with something, yet you could still have one conversation without making it personal. It's okay to have feelings about what they talk about, what they might call passion. That's okay. I just ask that in addition to feeling, that we make one effort for speak from a position of knowledge. Have the knowledge, or if you don't have the knowledge, you ask questions. I might not have the knowledge either, and we could figure out how to get the knowledge. I really encourage Belizeans especially to make we balance out how we feel about one position with knowledge. Now, even when knowledge is presented, you might not accept it or agree or believe it. It not change that the knowledge still valid. So I'd encourage we to make we do better in how we communicate. Today is Friday, so I know today is paper day. It's a Mandala newspaper day. It's number 3,866. A Mandala has 32 pages. And it's for $1.50 Belize money. It's Belize's leading newspaper. The headline reads, Budna abduction, citizens' rights, and police questions. And then they go on to say, leaked video shows Budna's abduction and confirms elements of his narrative. 13 days later, PM still awaiting police report, which he says will guide any order for an independent investigation. Another headline is sick toddler dies on emergency boat trip to Belize City. Another headline reads, Carnival Road March takes place on Saturday. And the last headline on the front page reads, woman charged with manslaughter for fatally shooting owner of selfie lounge. When I read anything, I think about JCR Zoo down there in Penny with his family and his mom. Believe me, brother, I miss your vibration from Creme Radio. Now, what I find interesting, from the back of the mandala, have one full page ad. And it says, here Belize like never before. Belize National Orchestra launching 18 September. You know your I say what I want to say, right? So I say HEAR to listen with your ears. And I interpret that as HAIR because of the image. It has identifiably, there are 4 people in the image, but you could see 3 people here, start clearly. And if you look real good, the lead brother, I think that brother all the way on the right having so plot. So I really appreciate Belize National Orchestra ad unintentionally highlighting, because YuB Educational Foundation have one campaign about hair discrimination. So when I see the HEAR, I think of HAIR, and I see the images of what to my eyes appear to be identifiably African descent or black people with hair extension, braids, and afro or natural hair. So I like that creativity right there. So please call because we have nothing to talk about this morning. Thanks, Christy. I read the news story this morning, so much there to talk about. I really have to pace myself on this, practice where I preach, and try control my own feelings. Because we're at one critical point right now. You know, September, the quote-unquote Belize Independence Recognition Month, supposed to be 44 years. And we've had a number of things that we've talked about privately, publicly, concerns we have with the Belize Constitution, where they copy and paste, and not really Belizean people had any awareness campaign for determining what best for we as a country. And that include using the Westminster system, parliamentary system, having one governor general represent the European monarch. Lot of thing we always talk about. But oftentimes I think about what I hear other spiritual and conscious people would say. That are the creator and our African, I identify as a spirit having an African woman experience, so that I go for my spiritual guidance. that the spirit, they're always working in the spirit realm in a ways where we don't know, and we have to trust the process. This particular People's United Party administration has been consistent with actions of not having genuine, meaningful conversation with Belizeans, with listening to what Belizeans have to say genuinely, and then by action showing that they hear what we got to say, then they really do what they want, and then get very comfortable with it. Like, we don't have no strong opposition, what we don't do, pretty much, they want the action to say what we don't do. But you know, you always have to be careful. Life have high moments and low moments, and you never know. That's just a life set. When the tide won't turn. And I would say, as other Belizeans and have been saying, that this is the one critical point for the People's United Party administration as it relates to the Budna abduction. In respect to Channel 7, Jules Vasquez in particular, and to the people that will leak information to Jules Vasquez about this particular community concern. Now I know, as I said, we have two community points of views right now. You have some Belizeans where anti-Budna because of past things where Budna make news for. Where, and so until you hear Jules for me, you hear Moors, you hear me, so make I tell you right now. Budna does not the face of the brother for good character. That's not Budna. Budna is that person there. So we are very aware of who he is as a person based on what the news report. So we make that known. We not to make no excuse, we not to support that, we burn that out. The state have an obligation that if Budna or any Belizean broke the law, there's a process on what will happen when people broke the law. So if Budna broke the law that Belize, the state had a duty for prosecutor. At the same time, what has happened to him, what he has alleged happened to him, and based on the video that was leaked that Channel 7 released yesterday, and not yesterday, today, Friday, then released it Wednesday, and then released it Thursday night in a news story. Based on what we say, and based on the narrative Budna gave, it match up. We're showing it right now on XTV. That was a hard video for watch. I try not watch their videos. That one human being. For me, identifiably African, racialized as black man, and from what I could say, the people then would harm the identifiably African, racialized as black men. Ooh, I like telling XTV, not put on the AC, because I don't like the AC, but it really hot, like the sun, the lake right now, and I just like 7:06, but I feel extremely hot, so I don't have to bear with me for fun, because I don't like the AC on. Anyways, so based on what has been revealed in the video, and Jules Vasquez take time out of the newscast Wednesday night and Thursday night for sit down with the news, well, in the Craig. She read the news. For sit down and reason with her the development of this particular community concern. There are a number of concerns, and I appeal to Belizeans. When you say only the people and save the people, this is our part, our opportunity for sure that the power of the people is greater than the people in power. The phone number is 280-5848. It's up to we, the Belizean people, to bring pressure upon the Prime Minister in particular, because he's the head of government, and make them know. This, thanks, Cliff. I feel the difference in the fan. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the one position where we want to stand up on. And Jules Vasquez, as a media owner and worker, they put out one call for particular organizations, groups, for put out statements, press releases, for bring pressure upon the government, for The two things. The opposition has already released a statement. Sister Tracy Tega Panton calling for the state to have an independent investigation and for the video footage in the location where the harm was caused to Joseph Budna to be released as soon as possible. Now this happened 15 days ago. I want to start to count down. You know a good for count down. This happened 15 days ago. And the response from the Prime Minister, from the Commissioner of Police is unacceptable. Surprisingly, another seer here from the Minister of Police, Karim Musa. We face supposed to be all over the news by now. 15 days later, at least I don't see her here. So the four government offices that had, past tense, the surveillance footage, according to Jules Vasquez, the images that captured the human rights violation, the abuse, the allegation is by police officers, not the pan footage no more. Then give back the people in the footage. The four government agencies that have high resolution footage of this abuse that happened on the 22nd of August, I think they say around 9 o'clock in the night, around 8, 9 in the night, would be the library, the Treasury Department, the Ministry of Natural Resources, and Social Security Office. We call for two things, supporting that. This is an opportunity for work together as a group of Belizeans. For call for the Prime Minister of Belize, Juan Briceño, for release the raw footage of that violation, for prove who harmed Joseph Budna. They talk about pictures tell 1,000 stories. That's what we need. We not accept nothing. We want the release them now. No. Release them. Not gonna tell we about no report. Park the report. How is it that 15 days later, Cabinet not talk about this yet according to the Prime Minister? How is it that 15 days later, Cabinet not look upon the video footage? That's the one negligence. For Cabinet fail for not talk about so only not care about we. That's the one of the say, because you know how people feel about your based on how they treat you. Make I try calm down, leave it. You know how people feel about your based on how they treat you consistently. So Cabinet, they make we know they don't care about Belizean people. They're not just about Joseph Budna. They don't care what Belizean people got to say, that our fingers are being pointed at the Belize Police Department as individuals who create harm. Now, this are the agency, this are the department was supposed to protect Belizean people. And that's why we need to see the raw footage now. Release the footage now. And calling for an independent investigation. The Belize Police Department cannot investigate the Belize Police Department when the allegations of wrongdoing is by police officers, with further allegations that the order come from the top. So this is why I want to know. If you don't see the footage, Prime Minister, if you don't see the footage, if you don't get the police report, how you could say categorically that this never sanctioned by the state? How you could say that? You don't know. You shouldn't open your mouth and say that because you don't know. At least, you say, you don't know. And I appreciate how Jules just bust it open the past 2 nights. For so there are many red flags here. There are reasons to be concerned. He either don't ask the people or ask the Bar Association what you think, They not answer. The Defense Attorney Association, the unions of Belize. Well, the leader of the opposition don't put a record in the position per record. Human Rights Commission of Belize. I had to go further. Churches, business sector, cultural organizations, non-governmental organizations, charitable organizations, community organizers, individuals. Send one press release to the media that you address to the Prime Minister, but put it on record. You see, yesterday we had attorney Leslie Mendes on, and even though she never come for talk about the Budna case, I'm wrong. I tell her I want to talk about the YUB Educational Foundation advocacy as it relates to hair discrimination. But then before she come on, I made a talk yesterday morning about the mindsets of Belizeans. And that the way we think have everything to do with the way we were raised in our homes, in our communities, in our schools in particular. And because in the schools, which are church-state system, which there were human rights violation, because people should have the human right to determine if they want to go to one school where they push one particular religious belief. So Belizean, the schools that Belize really teach you for just follow marching orders. Except for do it, you do it. Like this that the school rules, you for we're here this way, you for just do it. You don't for question authority, you for just do it. When your parents tell us something, you for just do it. You don't for question authority. That are the kind of citizens where this country has raised, and that's where you find a lot of Belizeans no one have nothing to say publicly. No one challenge power publicly. It's at a risk, at a great risk. We recognize that. But it's primarily because of our mindset. It's 715, the number is 280-5848. It's primarily because of our mindset. What mindset? It means the way we think. Like, I don't know if you ever study yourself, and that's why self-reflection and self-examination important, especially as we grow and we're supposed to mature. For watch how your mind work. Spend time on what your mind think about without you to tell your mind to think about it. Because your mind, your respiratory system, your digestive system, then do what they want. You don't have to do nothing, they want, do what they want. That's the beauty of how the Creator make way. So for say, what I spend a lot of time to think about. How I process my thoughts. How I respond to things that I say, hear, read, experience. How I process it. How I make sense of my life. How I make sense of my purpose in my family, in my community, in the world. How I make sense of the people and where I come from, in my home, in the community, in the world. I ask questions for better understand. I listen for just respond. I argumentative. I don't active listener. How I feel in my body as far as my emotions when I listen to other people or I read something, especially when it's not aligned with what are my values, or what are my values? What would I say my values are? This is oftentimes not taught in our homes or in our schools. When you have one population of people, well, at minimum, use their common sense. Think for themselves. Think what in their best interest. Oftentimes, people in a power not able to do a lot of the things what they do because your common sense drive you to hold yourself and others accountable. Now, we need this right now. I ask Belizeans, I appeal to Belizeans. Now, I communicate with somebody this morning, and the person put forward a position what I never think about. That's something we had to learn. You listen to one of our African ancestors from St. Croix. His name was Hubert Henry Harrison, revolutionary brother. The second he primarily, why you have one Marcus Garvey with the mindset Marcus Garvey developed to have the UNIA. That's another story. But one of the things they say, because see, he's self-taught, he's not an ancestor, he say, before you take one position on something, listen to 10 different points of view. And when you feel confident and certain that you have mastered this area of knowledge, then you open your mouth and engage. And he was a master at this. Spoke different languages, could talk about just about any area, ancient Africa, politics, literature, well-read, self-taught, lived in the early 1900s. I just said to Belizean people, we have one responsibility for get knowledge. So the person asked me, what is going on with Budna? You know, I hear these allegations about her as it relates to sexual molestation. And I said to the person, these things have made the news in Belize. And the government or Belize had a responsibility that if Budna broke the law, prosecute Budna. There's no excuse, and not for any Belizean. So I was saying to the individual, that is true, because in a life, a lot of things are true at the same time. I would park that position, and the next position is that he's a human being, and the state had a right to protect him as a citizen of the country. And based on what Budna say, and based on the video that Channel 7 released, and they explained that they can't release it in their fullness because they don't want it might reveal the source of where they get it from, and they don't want it to happen. You know, as media workers, you have to protect a source at all times. But Jules Vasquez vouched a whole career that, because his seat, that I tell you this is what it is. So that's what I said to the person. And then the person said to me, as somebody who has experienced sexual violation, I can't follow that path. And that was something I never think about. And it's fair. I try to follow my ancestor, Hubert Henry Harrison position, that get at least 10 different points of view, sit with it, and process that. And that's just something I never think about. And we know that real. And based on where people are in the healing, they may or may not be able to go beyond that. And no judgment. That is just what it is. Now, Belizean people, this the one time, I know Facebook, the one of the social platforms where a lot of Belizean use, and Belizeans in the diaspora at the halophone too. This the one opportunity to have groups for take one position, put it on the record. In Jamaica, as Leslie Mendes shared with us yesterday, there's the Independent Commission of Investigations called INDECOM. I want to come back off a break and read to how it is that INDECOM got formed. Now, there is critique of INDECOM, let's be clear. It's an independent body to investigate the security services in Jamaica. I think now 15 years now since it happened. But it happened because of people pressure. They're not because the state may want that happen. So we don't need to find out the process, like what Jamaica follow, and what were lessons that we can learn from it that they never know at the time when they do it. And so the one big part of when you have one challenge, that will put forward one solution. It's not just criticizing the state, because we're calling for an independent investigation. But who will lead this independent investigation? What will be the process? Common sense to me, we cannot expect a state that, as far as I'm concerned, has proven that they're not trustworthy. They're not trustworthy because of the commissioner of police and Jules dissect it good. Reading body language, where he said on the match, what actually is when you watch the video footage. The Prime Minister really the fumble at this point, and Jules make the point, this happened in your constituency, Orange Walk Central. Orange Walk Central people supposed to jump up and down if they think for themselves. Now, remember this is an identifiable black man with allegations of sexual violations in the past. So we keep that on the table. So for some people, it's difficult. They find it difficult to support justice for him in this case. Now, I have to give Budna credit. The man there behind bars and the man still the push out. I mean, he's a guerrilla reporter for real. I mean, he have to give you oneself credit. He in his own defense right now. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this before. Have to give the man credit. Respect to who help him for make sure the video get out. The man beat up bad. No. He want to call the foreign affairs ministers. Days later no act like watch a fool talk and a fool listening now. Enough. One well got of water, one day the bucket drop out, the bottom of the bucket one drop out. Well, drop out now for the PUP administration based on, this is my position, based on this Budna violation. And I ask you now, want to send the press releases to the Prime Minister via the media houses? Not calling no soft talk. Stand up firm, 10 toes deep talk with the whole chest. Make them get a sense, not calling no diplomatic writing. Be very clear in the writing that the individual, or even Belizean people, I have my sister, somebody really needful. I'm calling her because she had the first person I to do it, and it's years ago. Samia Andrin Miranda, Belizean activist living in Jamaica right now. One time when I work with, and she still works with Belize Grassroots Youth Empowerment Association, Big A. It was a land rights action. And she created one system where you could send one text to one WhatsApp number, and somehow that trigger one email to, let's say, that one particular ministry. That's an option. Or somebody create one petition. There needs to be an online mechanism for Belizeans to actively support the call for the release, of the raw video footage from the 4 government offices, and in a high resolution, according to Jules, from the Ministry of Natural Resources in Orange Walk, the Social Security Office, the Treasury Department, and the library. No, release it. The longer on the tech, the worse it is for now. I tell you no, release it no. Next, an independent investigation. Now this one take more coordinating, more reasoning, more researching. My position is, yes, set to the state there needs to be an independent investigation, but another state will lead that process there. That have to come from below, within communities. Even if this never happened so before, we have to be active in the process. We can't just let the state kind of done show that we can't trust them. So when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. There's make a look for me notes for make sure I touch all the. Oh yes, one of the things Jules bring forward last night that I want concern, that there's been special promotions of certain officers where it is alleged involved in this violation. Now this violation happened, the allegation is the abuse of Joseph Budna and the handing over of him to the Guatemalan authorities on Friday, August 22nd. And by Monday, I believe it is, August 25th, I stand to be corrected, promotions, special promotions, and special promotions could only happen with the Commissioner of Police approval. And Jules is say, him to read that as, make a write down a words, a perversion of the course of justice. Like then induce them to keep quiet about what happened. This, I mean, when I tell you this stink. People's United Party administration, I tell you no, you can't get away for this one. You get catch now. You really get catch. But up to the Belizean people. This is our opportunity to show what the power of the people greater than the people in power. We call for an independent investigation of the Belize Police Department as it relates to the beatdown of Joseph Budna, the kidnapping of Joseph Budna, the handing over to the Guatemalan authority of Joseph Budna. And I have to give credit to whoever the officer, the Arenal, where stop there and chat. Man, we need to know who that person there. Big respect to that person there. They do a job, call out a police officer for do, even though they call higher ups according to Budna and then tell us stand down. We want to know the name of the police officer. We come out of the police station, give thanks to Budna, make noise, make lot of noise, alert. Something that happened to me. And as you say, no criminal no going in front of police station, by police station, well in camera. Anybody cool? How you wave off one police officer? People's United Party administration. All I win, they win right now. All I win, they lose. Right now, the time for 2 cents can being brought to us by Fort Point Security. It's 7:30.
So when they back up Peter Street, they do big up Friday, all right? And right now, you know what, on a Friday, we got to big up the people. So we can find out the people at 2 cents, all right? WUB XTV, all right? 4 Point Security, and you free to start rental. But big up Friday, who you big up?
Myself.
All right.
I'm a principal, and my co-workers there say, look.
All right. Big up Friday. Big up Friday. Who you big up? Big up everybody. That's it. Love, don't say.
Everybody all over the world, one love, one love, one love.
All right. Thank God my son there, my daughter and son and my grandchildren. What else do I want to know? I don't.
So I just want to big up God, and then I want to big up all my fans because you don't know I'm a big celebrity. And if you don't want to follow me on Facebook, you can follow me as the Ras Protege. Don't know. Boom.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The biggest business event of the year is back and better than ever. The Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. Mark your calendars and join us on September 13th and 14th at the Marin Sporting Complex in Belize City. Don't miss your chance to explore hundreds of local businesses showcasing the very best in local products and services. From unbeatable deals and mouth-watering food and drinks to live entertainment that'll keep you moving. The Expo Belize Marketplace has it all. Whether you're shopping, discovering what's new on the market, or just enjoying the vibes, there's definitely something for everyone. So come on out and celebrate 29 years of Belizean innovation at the Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. See you there. Expo sponsors include Bowen & Bowen, Smart Belize, Marie Sharp's Fine Foods Limited, Quality Poultry Products, DigiWallet, Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Cellular World Belize, the European Union, Diversified Life Solutions, the Belize Tourism Board, Tenchtronics, Woodstock, Belize Soca and Culture Fest, Love FM, Love Television, Creme Radio, XTV, Hot Off the Press, Hits 100 YaYa FM, Belize Entrepreneur Spotlight, and the BCCI's Western Union.
Welcome to Design Depot, where you'll find premium quality products from trusted brands, all in one place. Visit us today for quality products, expert service, and the brands you trust. Design Depot, all in one place.
World shifts to regional supply chains, Belize is poised to lead. This is where blue innovation meets green ambition, and orange creativity thrives. Join us for the Belize Investment Summit 2025, September 3rd to 5th at the Sunset Carib in San Pedro. From agribusiness to aquaculture, from renewable energy to digital services, from tourism to trade, this is the future of regional integration, and it starts here. Whether you're returning home, expanding regionally, or entering new markets, Belize welcomes you. Why Belize? Why now? Belize Investment Summit 2025, Bridging Markets, Building Resilience, September 3rd to 5th at Sunset Carib, San Pedro. Visit investmentsummit.bz to register and be part of shaping the investment frontier.
The biggest business event of the year is back and better than ever. The Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. Mark your calendars and join us on September 13th and 14th at the Marin Sporting Complex in Belize City. Don't miss your chance to explore hundreds of local businesses showcasing the very best in local products and services. From unbeatable deals and mouth-watering food and drinks to live entertainment that'll keep you moving. The Expo Belize Marketplace has it all. Whether you're shopping, discovering what's new on the market, or just enjoying the vibes, there's definitely something for everyone. So come on out and celebrate 29 years of Belizean innovation at the Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. See you there.
It's the Martins Community Festival 2025, going down Sunday, September 7th. Mahogany Street will be the epicenter of the fun, the excitement, the food, the entertainment, and the people. This year's Martins Fest features Britney Starr, Ernestine, Chico Ramos, Nello Playa,
you deserve it, cause anything you want, you could request it, cause you're
Unlimited, Toast,
pray every morning.
Mimey, Sweet Pain 3.0, Hubie, Yas Talia, Kenny Gladden and the New Creation Band, Coconut Boy, Super G, Stig the Artist, NTR Shine,
Jaja fill it.
With music from Mr. Frisco, Reggae Kingpin Tony G, DJ Dixie, Sly Boy International, DJ Buff, DJ Lala, DJ Baby, DJ Pounds, Exclusive Sounds, backed to by Hyper Sound, and hosted by Brick City. Oleander to Jasmine, the Martins Community Festival 2025, Sunday, September 7th. Sponsored by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Belize City Council, J&W Shopping Mart, Belize Electricity Limited, Hyper Sounds, the Honorable Anthony Mahler, and the Belize Police Department.
Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. The phone number is 280-5848. I had to put on the AC. A hat. This heat, not a joke. Give thanks to the people. As much as I could, I really push Zinc Fence Media. No media house like this in the region. And I know here I say it a lot of time. And some people feel that self-praise is no recommendation, and some people feel that you need to know your worth and take up all the space so that you recognize the value of the service that this media house provides. But I know Mandela newspaper today. And so, as I continue to grow as a human being, it impacts the work I do as a grassroots journalist and community organizer, I believe, in the interest of African people racialized as Black people. And so I'm nurturing communications, connections in the wider Caribbean areas, Caribbean region. Give thanks to Brother Akamotota, the real revolutionary co-host of Sunday Review, who is from Trinidad and Tobago. He's older than I am, but young in a spirit. Respect to his life partner as well. And so I'm learning a lot from him. And we're connecting with people in the Caribbean region, authentic people, credible people. Sometimes you have to work with some establishment status quo people, but you need to, that one skill you really have to learn for know how to not get caught up with status quo establishment people, because that establishment oppress people, the system and the people who work for the system, working class people, grassroots people, that who, especially in this racist capitalist system, carry the harms every day just to try to survive, to live. And so I'm intentional in sharing as best as I can the XTV Belize YouTube link with people in the region, because as in 2025, having Brother Akamotota as the co-host, Sunday Review, which is the only news review talk show in the country since 2012, the focus specifically upon the Caribbean. And that because one lot of the trauma, oppression, and even joyful stories or moments we have in the Caribbean, that is same. But because we oftentimes not to communicate with each other, not to share, not to learn, not to connect, divide and conquer the work. So you have one entity like CARICOM want to represent the interests of the majority of working class people in the Caribbean, and then even what I call the Caribbean community is separate from the Eastern Caribbean. Whereas when we say the Caribbean, we mean the entire Caribbean. The entire Caribbean. Whether they're speaking English, Dutch, Portuguese, Spanish, French, the entire Caribbean. we're organizing from below. Now there's a lot of movement capture happening. So CARICOM is one of the biggest movement capturer as it relates to African reparations. But if we, the people in the communities, whatever your particular interest may be, not to study, not to learn, then when you get in spaces where establishment, they live by colonial papers and research, you're not able to have meaningful conversations with them. They're not like you can't still learn from them. You can. And I'm saying this to say that as it relates to, second, run off my mouth just now, I never gone and pull up where I tell you me and pull up but INDECOM, the Independent Commission of Investigation out of Jamaica. So make a look for it real quick and then just read to know how it is that was formed, and for say that they still have criticism of it same way. So somebody sent me a text and I appreciate it. I am learning at this big age of 59 that especially when people have one different position, make I take a deep breath, pause, don't be so quick for respond, sit with it, sort through my feelings, and the person make the point that I human nature, I feel that when the number at 2805848, I feel that people usually have one position for something. So now not everybody and that position may be interpreted as a bias or an interest or an agenda. I have consistently made it known privately and publicly and how I live my life. My interests, the African people, racialized as black people, in Belize and in the world. At the same time, all my skin folk aren't my kinfolk. Very clear on that. I don't make for work with everybody, and I don't have no problem telling you I don't want to work with you, and I don't have to give you no explanation. And likewise, you don't have to work with me either. That you're right. One of the beautiful things, one of the strengths of United Black Association for Development Education Foundation is we have our own media house. I'm on that newspaper 56 years this year. Creme Radio will be 36 years in November, and XTV will be 2 years in September. Wait, this month I have to look on the date. And we could not do it without people power. The people make we still there. The establishment now want one media house like this boat. And not like we don't got issues, because on the critique we are rightly so. We open to constructive critique. What matter is we still there. And until I was talking to Brother Akamotota, and we talk regularly, we don't know a lot about the Black Power movement in the Caribbean region. Trinidad and Tobago, more Trinidad in particular. We don't know. And so, to my knowledge, when I look upon the Black Power movement in the Caribbean, believes that the only country in the Caribbean will still have something tangible, evidence of that Black Power movement, which was UBAD, and now these media houses and UBAD Educational Foundation, the only one in the region. Yeah, I want to stand up 10 toes deep and talk with my full chest while X they cuss me off. Give thanks to the sisters and brothers of United Black Association for Development and the people who support them at the time and still do, to the people who they're now ancestresses and ancestors, to the elders who are still here, who still teach. Big respect. There's no way that Denkram said 56 years ago that this is the way the reality is. Sometimes you have to just trust the process. And not like we always get along, we have hard conversations, people stop talk for years. I know they said anything right, but I just said that in real life. Give thanks that we have this space. And so, so the person say, you notice nobody in that cabinet no got nothing to say. And I mean nobody in that cabinet no got nothing to say. Evidence again that the people, that the party over people. Loyalty to the People's United Party over the people of Belize, because not one of their cabinet members broke rank and come out and say, so we don't say the vision either, no? No. No cabinet member not see the video. No cabinet member can come out as one bunch of them that area representative. So you supposed to represent the people in your constituency. You supposed to listen to the people in your constituency. And then you could come out as an area representative and say what the people say. Whether then they call for independent investigation or whether they call for the release of the raw video footage of the violation harm Joseph Budna on Friday night, August 22nd, from the library, the Treasury Department, Social Security, and the Ministry of Natural Resources. So, I mean, it's how I know. I know for the most part, I don't rate politicians, because you're not just a politician, you're a human being. And I don't tell when nobody tell me about character, action or inaction speak for yourself. You tell what kind of person None of in a cabinet can open the mouth. None of no area rep in the whole country can't come out and say what for people to tell how to road. Want to sip on Facebook. People to talk. So either not to listen to people or only listen and not care for repeat it, especially if you're not in alignment with the People's United Party position on this matter. And then when I say no, I don't think I want to open my mouth for bidding at the time of the day. Me a cut so. Want to show me who I remember that even if I'm not in administration no more. Because the decisions we want to make, I want to continue to make, harm lives for generations. What a third party then they? This is one time I want to send out on a press release third party. What a community activist then they? One of they? Even if I can't, everybody's skilled at writing. Writing is one of my things. I tell you I could talk better than I could write. But me no business, me write anyways. I'm going to criticize my English grammar because English is not my first language. Creole is my first language. And I talk in a Creole as a decolonizing act. And because that's my heart language, I express myself better so called as my first language. What the Belizean people in there? How the phone not ring this morning? 280-5848. How the phone not ring this morning? I know one of they listen. So why are you not calling? Let's say this is where the talk about Belizean people. And I know I understand why a lot of them not calling. One number the politicians they help us survive. I don't got no money for giving up for to survive. The investor got no money for giving us for to survive, so I don't know attack. I don't know the percentage of the population or whole number of the 400 and plus thousand Belizean. I don't know. I especially want to hear from Orange Walk. This is how the trustee from Belize National Teachers Union me quick for send out one press release to the president of the Belize National Teachers Union when BNTU take one position on hair discrimination. The trustee for Orange Walk me quick for send out one press release. So I know people at Orange Walk know for send out press release. What I do wait? I hope tonight or by next week, Jews report, YaYa. Look how much press release we get. Make I heal up the people and where they call for send out press release by next week. And the follow Jews lead. That rare for me. Bar Association, Defense Attorney Association, unions, well the leader of opposition don't send for anyone, the United Democratic Party, Human Rights Commission of Belize, churches, business sector, cultural organizations, non-governmental organizations, charitable organizations, community leaders. And that's why they say, I call Samia, I don't know if Samia have the bandwidth right now, to say that we need one online mechanism for Belizeans could support their demand. That's what they are, their demand. Prime Minister John Bresenyo, demand. We're not a beg, we not ask, we not request, we demand, and we could demand because we are the citizens of this country, and for we power greater than for our power, even though we might not think so. The immediate release of the raw footage of the people is alleged police officers who harmed, abused, beat Amina thing hard for watch. And it hard for me because black people upon black people. I tell all my skin folk out my kin folk. And I had to tell no police officers. I had to tell no. I show us that there's a creator and I'm a spirit having an African woman experience. I don't pay for it. Time longer than rope. I don't pay for it. Someone might think I don't get it, but I don't pay for it. You don't harm people like that. I not think say there is no shelter for you. Because I want to be the head of the line to say, yes, then a black people do the thing. When you betray we, the sister Tracy take a pant and said, it's a treason on behalf of the state based on the allegation. Treason! Belizean people, what we under about it? Everyday people, what we under about it? The people that were going to vote. What we under about this? The people that will have colonial papers. This is what we're going to get colonial papers for, you know. For free on yourself and free on your families and free on your communities, especially the one with their PhD. Send out the press release. Say something. When you catch feelings when I'm burning out, but this is one prime example why a lot of you get burned out. You don't got nothing for say when people get harmed. NCFC, National Commission for Families and Children, I understand that since election in March, they don't have one new board of directors yet. What are the wait plan? The hope for elect one new board of directors to NCFC. So because no new board of directors are there for NCFC, they can't have a position for families and children in the country? Well, I mean, so much things that happen where we just don't know. And I give thanks to the whistleblowers, to the people that want to leak. Respect is due. Leak more things. I don't want to lose on the job. I don't want nobody harming you. So I want to be careful how I want to release the thing, but release it. Free up the knowledge. Free up the corruption, dirtiness. Make we have evidence. The hands done out of the gate. Prime Minister believes. You don't listen to yourself when you get interviews. You don't go back and watch how you look, how you song. You don't sound credible because you don't tell the truth a lot of time. Now, I'll wait till we got a break because I want. Sticks just called me and said it call, but it can't get in. All right. Make I read this thing about Indicom, and after I come back off break 8 o'clock, if I have to call my brother and we'll listen to my speakerphone. Respect to one community organizer calling in. So this is what it says. I'm gonna read from this is from Indicom Jamaica website. Oh, Dean Flowers said the phone line not work. Oh my. Well, you know, listen to me. After I come back off a break, 2 call one coming because I call my 2 brothers. But I appreciate when they communicate with me and make I know. I don't know why the phone line not work. I tell you no, we got issues back at Zinc with the limp long, but we're still there thanks to people power. So make I read this quickly before we go to break. We got 3 minutes. It says, quote, up until August 21st, 1999, Jenny Cameron fit the profile of many women in inner city Kingston, a struggler, doing day's work to provide for her family. But that day, Michael Gale, the second of her 6 children, was beaten by members of the security forces in the community of Olympic Gardens where his family lives. The mentally challenged man, whom it is alleged attempted to breach a curfew manned by the security forces, died from his injuries at the Kingston Public Hospital 2 days later. Since then, his mother's life has not been the same. Quote, Me don't have no privacy anymore. But because of the child that I lost, I have to keep doing it, end quote. Miss Cameron, now 56, told the Sunday Gleaner last week. The public have the right to know what happened. There should be no cover-up. And then I'll read quickly the other few paragraphs. The stories of Michael Gale, Janice Allen, Tivoli Incursion, and others, recorded or unrecorded in the media, and in the Jamaica killings and violence by police, how many more victims summary, serve as the catalyst for security forces reform in Jamaica. It finally connected. Extrajudicial killings and impunity were no longer erratic concepts, but real issues with empirical and statistical data that were gaining international attention of human rights agencies like the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, IACHR. The Jamaican government was confronted with finding a solution. According to international law and the Jamaican Constitution, the state had an obligation to ensure that potential breaches of citizens' rights were to be investigated independently. The investigation of unjustified use of force resulting in injuries and fatalities, allegations of assault and damage or loss of property involving members of the security forces required independence, integrity, accountability, a greater transparency than Jamaica was previously accustomed to. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom Act 2010 would make provisions for the establishment of a Commission of Parliament to be known as the Independent Commission of Investigations to undertake investigations concerning actions by members of the security forces and other agents of the state that result in death or injury to persons or the abuse of rights of persons and for connected matters. This includes members of the police force, the military, and the prison service. As soon done. Independent oversight of security forces was not new to the Caribbean, as Trinidad and Tobago had established a similar body in 2006, Police Complaints Authority. The Indicom Act was passed on April 15, 2010, and the Civilian Staff Commission began operation on August 16, 2010. Last paragraph. Professionalization of the security forces and agents of the state continued to be a core mandate of the agency, which is achieved through joint meetings with members of the JCF High Command, reviews and reports on lessons learned arising from incidents, and recommendations for no charge, disciplinary proceedings, charge, and mediation where necessary. I'll read that again as Christopher bring it up on the screen. It's break time. Definitely we got 2 calls coming right after the break. My number is 671-8050. You don't have to call me on my cell phone and I'll put it by the mic. Make the people here on a position. We'll do that after the break.
Come to Banquet, find your way. Engines roar at the break of day. Volvo outboard surf the waves. Castrol oil is what they crave. Live with power, feel the sound. Heavy machines shake the ground. Riding Honda, feeling proud. Rev it up and shout aloud. Feel the wind against your skins. Now so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up and let's take flight. Coldest power runs our towns. JCB lifts heavy pounds. Find the tools to build your dreams. Banquip's got the best machines. Grip the wheel and never slip. Feel the rush, it's time to trip. Every brand you know and love. Banquip fits you like a glove. Feel the wind against your skins. Now so wide, let's begin. At Banquip, where dreams ignite. Gear up and let's take flight.
Banquip, equipment, parts, service. We represent quality.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
This time, what can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you out right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
The biggest business event of the year is back and better than ever. The Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. Mark your calendars and join us on September 13th and 14th at the Marin Sporting Complex in Belize City. Don't miss your chance to explore hundreds of local businesses showcasing the very best in local products and services. From unbeatable deals and mouth-watering food and drinks to live entertainment that'll keep you moving. The Expo Belize Marketplace has it all. Whether you're shopping, discovering what's new on the market, or just enjoying the vibes, there's definitely something for everyone. So come on out and celebrate 29 years of Belizean innovation at the Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. See you there. Expo sponsors include Bowen & Bowen, Smart Belize, Maurice Sharp's Fine Foods Limited, Quality Poultry Products, Digi Wallet, Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Cellular World Belize, the European Union, Diversified Life Solutions, the Belize Tourism Board, Tenchtronics, Woodstock, Belize Soca and Culture Fest, Love FM, Love Television, Creme Radio, XTV, Hot Off the Press, Hits 100 Oya FM, Belize Entrepreneur Spotlight, and the BCCI's Western Union.
The countdown is on Belize City. Get ready for the annual 10th BRAM with your Belize City Council. Join us for a day of celebration with free treats for the kids, giveaways, and live entertainment by the Youth Connection Band, Coconut Boy, TR Shine, Meme Martinez, Sweet Pain Band 3.0, Chico Ramos, Firestarter Songs, and so much more. Save the date. Wednesday, September 10th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Lord Rayburn Plaza, behind the Memorial Park. Let's bring out the entire city. This is truly a family affair you don't want to miss. Want to showcase your products? Reserve your booth today by calling 280-2308 extension 263 or WhatsApp at 673-9055. Your Belize City Council. Always vote the people.
It's the Martin's Community Festival 2025, going down Sunday, September 7th. Mahogany Street will be the epicenter of the fun, the excitement, the food, the entertainment, and the people. This year's Martin's Fest features Britney Starr, Ernestine, Chica Ramos, Nello Playa,
You deserve it, 'cause anything you want, you could request it, 'cause you
Unlimited, Toast,
every morning.
Mimey, Sweet Pain 3.0, Hubie, Yas Talia, Kenny Gladden and the New Creation Band, Coconut Boy, Super G, Stick the Artist,
Every girl want me, sunny or stormy, money no.
NTR Shine, with music from Mr. Frisco, Reggae Kingpin, Tony G, DJ Dixie, Sly Boy International, DJ Buff, DJ Lala, DJ Baby, DJ Pounds, Exclusive Sounds, backed up by Hyper Sound, and hosted by Brick City. Oleander to Jasmine, the Martin's Community Festival 2025, Sunday, September 7th. Sponsored by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Belize City Council, J&W Shopping Mart, Belize Electricity Limited, Hyper Sounds, the Honorable Anthony Mahler, and the Belize Police Department.
Morning Vibes. It's 10 past 8 and the phone is now working. The number is 2805848. I sure know something was wrong with the phone. I mean, one conversation like this morning, so I expect two of my brother for calling and share. From behind the WB desk, I'm joining Jules Vasquez position that Belizeans, and he named particular groups. I add on to that list and I call everyday Belizeans. They want in the diaspora. We always got something to say. No, they want to go on prime time to say something now. Put it in a writing. Send one statement to the Prime Minister, John Briceño. Anybody got email address? I want a direct email address. If you don't got email address, send it to me so I could send it to everybody. So we could start to send email to the Prime Minister. Morning, thanks for calling WB. Talk to me.
Good morning, Sister YaYa.
Morning, Brother Dean. Tell me.
Yes, Sister YaYa. Interesting times in our little piece of jewel that we call Belize. Definitely, I think that it is important, and I fully support any media host that is calling for the general public to come together to hold the state, the department, and whosoever needs to be held responsible for the violation of the constitutional right of one of our citizens. Now, I also want to make it explicitly clear that the character in question may also pose a threat to the national security and citizens of this country. But that is not for me to judge. That is for him to commit future crimes and for the state to ensure that a system is in place to hold him accountable. I always tell people, look, he who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. Now, some of us may not have committed some of the atrocious crimes that this character, Paul Joseph Budna, has committed, but individually, the biggest criminals are those who have us living in this sad and insecure state that we're currently in. And while it is not, I'm not trying to compare crimes, I'm saying, look, I don't grow up in a Christian home, but I was also taught that by here where they go and not judge people, and people change, and when people dead or whenever they face their creator, he and deal with them down in your place. So our Lord provides for us to be judged by a group of our peers, and so if it is that that gentleman needs to be held accountable in our courts of law, then so be it, and let the jury and the judge hold him accountable in accordance with the laws. What occurred to him is a violation of his constitutional rights. I am a defender of people's rights and people's dignity. I'm a defender of that, and nobody, constitutional rights, right to natural justice and due process, that I represent, that once I am part of a community, I will defend that to death. Right? I don't have to be one of my members, one of my brother, one of my sister. I will speak up once I see injustice, and that is what I am doing. And so I have called on my organization, and my organization, of course, we have a very bureaucratic way in terms of how we reach consensus. I've called on the national umbrella organization as well, that what is our position on this, and when will we have our voices be heard, because this is a violation of the very principles that we defend and stand for. So let's not get it confused. We don't have problem if we can't take one principal position on what occurred to that gentleman. And so that is my position at the moment as a citizen of this country. And I want to join the long list and thousands of citizens that is calling for the removal or the resignation of the Commissioner of Police, who misled this country on Monday, even after he had seen those footages. He gave us inaccurate information, and he deliberately, in my humble opinion, attempted to deceive and to cover up the fact that there was more to the abduction of that brother. The fact that he would have said that you get one call that then they kidnap somebody. Brother, all of we watch TV, all of we watch CSI, all of we watch all Murder, She Wrote, all of these mystery things, unsolved mysteries, all of we watch them things. The first thing you want to do when there's a kidnapping, did somebody see something? How the perpetrator look? You want one sketch, you want to put that out. What kind of vehicle? You want one sketch, or you want the color, you want the make, you put that out. Well, here what they go on in Belize, the compulsion, no, that's not important to help solve this crime. The Prime Minister said, no, I don't know, I don't know. These gentlemen make you wonder, make you look up in the sky, and you know, like when you say, there's this famous poster, and you look up and you see the cow way up there on the electric pole, you say, how the hell did you get there? It's like, what is wrong with these people that we put in a position of leadership that they cannot use basic common sense to understand what should be the natural flow, the natural process of things. And up to today, these brothers are saying to the Belizean people, we can't show no what happened because we have to put out what we want to put out to influence how uno view this thing. That is my humble opinion of how I see this thing play out, which is now also implicating the state, even though the Prime Minister is trying his best to say that the state wasn't involved. And the Belizean people want to be the judge of that at the end of the day. But if the state, led by the cabinet that he leads, is not involved, the state would have ensured that all those footages would have been out today. And the fact that they want to put out an investigation rather than the footages for us to form our own conclusion is very telling, in my humble opinion, because I keep, as somebody who defends public officers, even though in the public service it doesn't the balance of probability, the reality is there must be an accuser and there must be evidence that is tendered and that is tested. And whatever for their report want to say is really irrelevant to me. What is relevant to me as a citizen of this country is for me to see who those persons were and whether in fact they were police officers as is being alleged, and ultimately to join the call for them to be charged with the highest degree of charges that can be levied upon them for carrying out such act. And if there is conspiracy by business persons, by public sector persons, by ministers, then they also must be charged with conspiracy. And in terms of this independent or commission of inquiry, I share the view of some people. We don't want no commission of inquiry, yeah, brother, unless on the going to the house next week too. And because then going to the house could change the marijuana law, the Referendum Act, you know. And the 12th of September, then those know the notice, and the Prime Minister said it last night. We're going to the house could change the Referendum Act. So no only small group of people could do what they want. Yet, only 6 people make decisions for this country, you know. Only 6 people who have not demonstrated that they're suitable to run a country go meet every Tuesday and make decisions. But they want to say to a community, we have to put on in a check on and make decisions for ourselves. Only we could do that, and we are determined when Ono could make decisions for ourselves. Belizean, think about that. Think about that. I'm going to remove a certain leverage that communities, villages, towns, certain sector citizens have. So, if they're going to the house next week, could change the law that, you know what, we effect one couple more good governance, or we effect some teeth in some of the good governance legislation, because as some of the worthless politicians that have come before have said, we have very good laws, but the laws do not, they lack enforcement, and some of them lack teeth. So unless that is what they're rushing to the House to do on Tuesday, in addition to tampering with the Referendum Act, then really and truly it will do nothing to safeguard the breaches that currently exist within our security forces, which again, when will we as a people understand that the quality of public services that we get will only be fixed and will only improved if we address the manner in which people are hired into the public service. Right now in the public service, you have generations of one family. If you're looking at the security services, you're also having generations of one family. And I'm not saying that people don't want to be like them or them pa. I'm just saying that that is not always the case. But what we see a pattern, which is saying that the system of recruitment in our security services and the public services is corrupt. And I also believe that the Belizean people must call into question and test that narrative that Channel 7 put out last night, that in fact within his first 3 or 4 months, the commissioner has made recommendations for the promotion of certain officers. That must be tested, and what must also be tested is whether or not those alleged officers involved in this incident are also amongst those group of officers that were purportedly appointed. And I want to take this time to call upon the chair of the Security Services Commission that you and the commission have one duty to test those recommendations coming from the commissioner, because the commissioner on his own can't just talk about promote this one, promote that one, and beyond certain ranks. You have commission officers, which I believe are inspectors and above, or sergeants and above. So they have to be very careful, and they cannot just continue to take these recommendations in the same manner in which they take some of the political recommendations that come to them via the public service. So that would be my contribution this morning to the discussion of Mr. Budna, YaYa. And
1 second before you go, Brother Dean, and I really appreciate that you call and get through. You know, the public servants come from out of our family members, so the reflection of the families where we come from. So that we people would talk about. But is the police department union still active?
No, well, it's called a police association, and they look after the welfare of police officers, and whatever that welfare represents, I wish that they would explain to me and to the Belizean people what that is, because if there is a serious breach of not only constitutional rights but basic welfare, basic decent working conditions for police officers. The police officers and BDF soldiers, they are poorly paid in this country. They're overworked. They're treated with, in some cases, because not all commanders might be a bunch of idiots, but they are treated with a lot of disrespect, and we refer to them as creatures of instructions. So much so that we see whereby what recently occurred with the BDF soldiers, and they say, boss, we can't do nothing because they tell we can't strike, we can't this, we can't that. And I say to them, maybe by law, the law says that you might not be able to unionize, but nothing in the law says you cannot organize and associate. That's a constitutional right. The Constitution says that you can organize, you can associate, and you all must come together and be firm about what it is you want for yourself, for your own well-being. You cannot think that Jesus will come and save you all. You have a duty, God said, here and help those who help themselves. And if we continue look at the issues where they plague all on through political lens, then that is all that you will do. Hope and pray that Jesus will come down from the sky and save one from the injustices and the terrible working conditions under which you're being subjected.
Dean, I made the point yesterday and today. Many of us are a product of our homes and the church-state system in Belize. And the church-state system teaches you blind obedience. Your mom said do it, you do it. So to some extent, we could really overstand the mindset of a lot of Belizeans, because they weren't taught critical thinking. They weren't taught confidence. They weren't taught how to hold themselves and others, especially in a power, accountable. To a large extent, and this is what enslaved minds look like, feel like. So we could really overstand why a lot of people not hold power accountable.
Yeah, and yes, I heard you yesterday, and I really appreciated that conversation, especially that term, blind obedience, because I mean it is real. It is real. I wish I'd be Ghanaian, perhaps psychologist, I think they understand how people think and why people think how they think, because it is real, man, that it doesn't matter the extent that you go to try to inform, educate, and organize. It's how they call it, some syndrome there, the Stockholm syndrome, whereby, and we're seeing it here, whereby the citizens are actually sympathetic to the politicians, the very politicians who treat them like pieces. When persons like myself call out the politicians who have them living from hand to mouth, then call me the bad guy. They say, why you the bonfire upon my area? You're the bonfire upon my government. My government. Dude, it's our government. We're citizens. We're supposed to hold them accountable. They're supposed to follow our instructions, not the other way around. So you're right. You're right. The church-state system may have blinded some of us, but what I find unacceptable, and I agree, and you said it, not everybody could read, not everybody could write, not everybody could be able to understand and comprehend. But I also believe that we live in an era of artificial intelligence and generative intelligence. And while it might not be 100% accurate, it does serve a purpose. So even if you can't read, you could still go on in an artificial website application and ask certain questions, and you don't have to read it, because you could talk to the machine and the machine could talk back to you, whereby you could have a conversation. So there is no excuse. And okay, well, if the people want to make excuses, they say, well, I don't got data, I don't got a phone. Well, everybody's supposed to get a phone. You don't need a computer. So I believe that we live in an era whereby, if people really want to free themselves from mental slavery, rather than just sing the song near Bob Marley's birthday without even comprehending and understanding what the song means, if you really want to learn the system, our system of governance, learn why you think the way you think, why the economic system, why it's set up the way how it's set up, how the financial system works, how politics work, how allegiance to party works rather than allegiance to country, and why no politician will ever value you. They value your vote, they don't value you, they don't value your data, they don't value your money, they don't value your party, they value on a vote. And as soon as they don't need on a vote, because they could make that 50+1, they kick on in on a butt. That's how these people think. There is no empathy, no apathy, no love. You know, nobody love, no politician love. If on a community members and within on a household on a level on yourself, and that from politicians they look for love from, then I guess I don't know what to say about that, because you'll never get politicians. You'll never get love from a politician, because it's about power, it's about remaining in power, and it's about controlling the limited resources that they have not stolen or given away as yet. No? So I appreciate your comment on the blind obedience, but I also will say that enough information is out here, access is out here, and it is for us to take the time out. I take 15 minutes out of the day. You don't need to take 1 hour, 2 hours. Take 15 minutes out of the day, research one topic, and have the machine talk to you, and hopefully that could help you to improve yourself. No?
Respect, brother. Big thanks for the reasoning, Dean.
Yeah, man.
Break time. One love.
World shifts to regional supply chains, Belize is poised to lead. This is where blue innovation meets green ambition, and orange creativity thrives. Join us for the Belize Investment Summit 2025, September 3rd to 5th at the Sunset Carib in San Pedro. From agribusiness to aquaculture, from renewable energy to digital services, from tourism to trade, this is the future of regional integration, and it starts here. Whether you're returning home, expanding regionally, or entering new markets, Belize welcomes you. Why Belize? Why now? Belize Investment Summit 2025, Bridging Markets, Building Resilience, September 3rd to 5th at Sunset Carib, San Pedro. Visit investmentsummit.bz to register and be part of shaping the investment frontier.
The biggest business event of the year is back and better than ever. The Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. Mark your calendars and join us on September 13th and 14th at the Marin Sporting Complex in Belize City. Don't miss your chance to explore hundreds of local businesses showcasing the very best in local products and services. From unbeatable deals and mouth-watering food and drinks to live entertainment that'll keep you moving, the Expo Belize Marketplace has it all. Whether you're shopping, discovering what's new on the market, or just enjoying the vibes, there's definitely something for everyone. So come on out and celebrate 29 years of Belizean innovation at the Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. See you there.
Every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Hi, my name is Miss Kenisha Rayburn and we're here at Grace Primary School. I actually follow Benny's on my Facebook, and so it was on my feed and I saw the competition and I decided to try out for it. This prize I have won, I welcome it, I appreciate it so much. For me it's a big relief because it's really costly every year to get your classroom prepared, and so this would be a really big relief. My students definitely would be excited to see their classroom, and I am sure my students will have a better learning environment. The environment will probably boost their motivation to learn.
It's the Martins Community Festival 2025, going down Sunday, September 7th. Mahogany Street will be the epicenter of the fun, the excitement, the food, the entertainment, and the people. This year's Martins Fest features Britney Starr, Ernestine, Chica Ramos, Nello Playa,
you deserve it, cause anything you want, you could request it, cause you
Unlimited, Toast,
pray every morning.
Mimey, Sweet Pain 3.0, Hubie, Yas Talia, Kenny Gladden and the New Creation Band, Coconut Boy, Super G, Stick the Artist,
Every girl want it, sunny or stormy, money no.
NTR Shine, With music from Mr. Frisco, Reggae Kingpin Tony G, DJ Dixie, Sly Boy International, DJ Buff, DJ Lala, DJ Baby, DJ Pounds, exclusive sounds, backed up by Hyper Sound, and hosted by Brick City. Oleander to Jasmine, the Martins Community Festival 2025, Sunday, September 7th. Sponsored by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Belize City Council, J&W Shopping Mart, Belize Electricity Limited, Hyper Sounds, the Honorable Anthony Mahler, and the Belize Police Department.
Morning Vibes for this morning, Friday, September 5th, 2025. There are lots of things we need to talk about. The government of Belize, we want to find out about what happened at Port of Belize based on an interview and on forum. Now, the little bit that I read in the news this morning, they're not much different from when the Port of Belize had a private management. So again, no community reasoning because what happened at a port will impact the lives of the people in the community. And then like Brother Dean Flowers said, the president of the Public Service Union, then you have the state deciding when to change one law, the Referendum Act. Again, no public awareness to build knowledge, to get buy-in from the people. Then they do what they want. Well, make we the people show them how we are the way we want. Hold the state accountable, namely the Prime Minister of Belize, for release the raw, uncut footage of the violation, the harm happened to Joseph Budna right now. Release it right now. And the call for an independent investigation of the Belize Police Department, but we, the people in the community, have to lead that process. We have to build our knowledge and then present to the state how we want it to happen. Like the days that blind obedience not happening. Blind obedience not make the people in what do wrong be accountable for the action because they can say, well, that's what the order say, that's the instructions what they give here, that's what the rules say, so then there's no individual accountability for wrong because they follow blind obedience. And then not wanting to question or hold power accountable, because if I do that, I lose my job, or then people give me the job, so I can't bite the hand will feed me. We have to be the change we want to see. Make a call my brother Sticks, because I'm going to try getting earlier. He's the first person who alert me that that the phone number work. The phone will work now, but make a call my brother and see if I could get that, make you say what you want to say this morning. Perry Sticks. Marin Stick. Oh, the phone still ring. He is the founder of Days of Healing, a community initiative WUB Igo Ina for years, and different communities in the Belize City. And I said, Chris just shared me one comment from our Facebook person. Make I say what this comment say. Are the previous indiscretions forgotten? Do justice all his previous indiscretion. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Let's have all the story, not just the story that furthers personal agenda. Where did his smoke, there is fire. Let's start. We are being distracted. Okay, I don't think I hear any news story will never lead with Joseph Budna no have good character. So every time I hear the story publicly, that is the lead. So let it be known that nobody know the cover for Joseph Budna in Dottinis. Nobody. You hear me? Nobody know the cover for her. The state had a duty for hold her accountable for the wrong. The state failed, the state failed. This the one separate violation. Good morning, thanks for calling WB.
Good morning, my sister.
Morning, brother, talk to me.
The drummer here.
Who?
The drummer.
The drummer, okay, drummer, talk to me.
Yeah. I am calling for taking the bus because I live at Sand Hill and I always have to commute on these buses from time to time. Especially the one where we have to catch some money to reach our work on time. So I call on this bus already and make some report about this bus. And now that school has opened, the bus is overpacked. The packed way to the door with people, even with students. We are reaching like just a hair before the right time to reach our work. So when that bus dropped me at the bus stop, and then to my work, so it take me like 2 minutes or 3 minutes if I walk by. Because I still in the traffic, so I try to beat the time. But I'm calling for the Minister of Transport to get these checkpoints up so that these buses, because when the bus no checkpoint today, they try to pull up and they try to make the people squinting at the seats and treat people because want to the checkpoint now. Take it there. So we need starting school open and nothing on a checkpoint, we usually be by man and telephone. We usually have one at Sand Hill, and that's the checkpoint active. And I'm just trying to make sure that these things are followed in the right lines and people are doing the right thing, because we are getting late because of the jamming of the bus, and they have to stop more frequent because the jam is let off people and pick up people. So I'm asking if something could be done that these bus drivers stop pick up these students, because the students have the bus already. If the students are quoted to ride that bus, then let the students get the school bus so that the people who have to work have enough space on the bus and they can reach the work on time instead of the bus have to stop, try to pick up everybody and people to reach our work late.
I hear your drummer, and I don't know, I think they just need more buses for the students for school and for the other Belizeans. You want to tell me the name of the bus you complain about, or you know, I call the bus company name?
Yes, man, that's Swift. Swift bus line.
Swift?
Swift.
That's Swift, you to say?
Say it again, ma'am.
Swift, SWIFT?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I make a note. But I make a give me number, because you are somebody, I have to start to share stuff with you. 671-8050. One time you see that thing there, you take a picture, send it for me, tell me the name of the bus line, tell me what time you get on the bus, tell me where the bus left from. I want to send it to Chester. I don't have a problem sending it to him, but you need evidence that this violation happened. No, I tell you, once the people anyway own the bus or they drive the bus or the conductor or people who are friendly to the NCO, they might set things, but their own life we don't have to protect, so we don't have to start to setting and record things for them bus owners and drivers and conductors.
Yeah, definitely. I will take some pictures of coming and let you see what I'm speaking of, because it's every morning and I'm just frustrated over the situation. Well, I know everybody will reach the destination, but you need to put things in place so that people can reach safe and not to jam up and have frustration people out riding and stuff.
Agree, your brother. I don't make it rain, because what's around then? The road slippery.
Well, I even talk about that because I was one of the first getting the water when the rainy season, so and the same bus again. So, I'm just hoping and praying that things get worked out. The man knew that when he left Sand Hill and he left Sand Hill, so he first stopped the target, 3 bus done full. And then he had 3 more miles to clear up people. So you need to get 2 buses. If you realize you get full at the second pickup, then got 2 buses. Because at your run, and I think your friend if you have 2 buses for your run, because your run have a lot of people that is commuting at that time. So, and the people say, if you have a lot of people, then get an extra bus. So, do what you need to do. You have the customer commuting. Do the right thing, man. The people that want to ride the show, but do the right thing so people feel comfortable.
And
people
I think
left our home and start up all the way to work. Understand if you get the ride a bus to get that fixed.
I think one condition in your road permit said that if your bus full, you have to have 1 second bus. And then then traffic officers will need to get on the bus. And if the people not really are the people where they sit on 2 and 3, 2 and seat, because what they do they and take on off of the bus. I know I'm vexed or I'm late for work and late for school. But that the way I have to happen for the bus owners, then realize listen, I want to have to be consistent and okay, I have the checkpoint, then not have it, or take a lease, serve drink money for the driver or the conductor, and then you don't get them the ticket again. That have to stop.
Totally agree. We need to have this checkpoint in the morning and make sure, because in the morning is a rush hour and in the evening is a rush hour again. We need to do what we need to do, man, to make this country run smoother. These things are happening and we don't like it, and sometimes people don't talk because nothing will happen. I used to be one of the persons who don't like talk, but I started to talk now because, like I said, we get older, we're tolerant to get less. So, as a tolerant to get less, you have to try to be wiser. Try to do what you need to do so that people get that assistance from the surrounding area, whoever is in position to help you.
Respect, drummer. Big thanks.
I'll
see you next Friday.
Tomorrow, the carnival, we never go parade, we cannot have no sponsor my back, but no about that. Carnival, something.
All right, brother. Stand firm. One love.
Yeah. Respect.
Guidance. All right. It's almost break time, but I have one Facebook comment. We'll say, 1 second. And I appreciate you sharing the Facebook comments with me, Christy. From, I have more than one. Oh no, this is from Prince Michaels. The Minister of Home Affairs, Karim Musa, should be removed from his post for supporting the misleading and fraudulent remarks made by the Compol just days ago regarding the Budna abduction. Come on. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that the government of Belize is 100% involved in this incident. We the people demand an independent investigation into the matter, as well as accountability with regards to the removal of the Compol, as well as the Minister of Home Affairs, Karim Musa, from committing treason against your country and its people. It begs the question, if you could sell out your own citizens and hand them over illegally to our semi-enemies, what are you going to do in the ICJ regarding the Guatemalan claim to Belize? I don't trust you guys with this, not one bit. And then there's another comment from Stanley Wright. But doesn't it seem like it is only Belizeans that seem to be dumbed down, where they do not care what is being done to them nationally and internationally? Every country that I know, and it doesn't matter how small, will protest things that affect their everyday lives. We as Belizeans have to change that mindset, because the politicians will keep on doing what they want without any fear of any repercussions. People, wake up for your own good. Respect for the comments that I'm getting. Oh, remember, I'm telling you earlier this year that Vegan Bites, the BTL Park, open from 12 to 3 every day. Healthy, affordable, tasty vegan meals. I encourage you, Belizean people, we have to do better and take care of ourselves. Right now, they got one of my favorite meal. Vegetable lasagna. Ras Ruben, I want 2. On try order from Ras Ruben, on call and put in an order and then go pick it up. The number is 667-1652. 667-1652. Break time.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Prepare for the heat and stay cool with a Reamer Gree air conditioning unit from Benny's. Choose the right BTU unit size for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save money with an inverter unit that is energy efficient. When the heat is on, stay cool and comfortable with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Ream or Gree. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History. Choose Contributions. Read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
It's the Martins Community Festival 2025, going down Sunday, September 7th. Mahogany Street will be the epicenter of the fun, the excitement, the food, the entertainment, and the people. This year's Martins Fest features Britney Starr, Ernestine, Chica Ramos, Nello Playa,
You deserve it, cause anything you want, you could request it, cause you
Unlimited, Toast,
pray every morning.
Miney, Sweet Pain 3.0, Hubie, Yas Talia, Kenny Gladden and the New Creation Band, Coconut Boy, Super G, Stig the Artist,
Every girl want it, sunny or stormy, money no.
NTR Shine. With music from Mr. Frisco, Reggae Kingpin, Tony G, DJ Dixie, Sly Boy International, DJ Buff, DJ Lala, DJ Baby, DJ Pounds, Exclusive Sounds, backed to by Hyper Sound, and hosted by Brick City. Oleander to Jasmine, the Martins Community Festival 2025, Sunday, September 7th. Sponsored by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Belize City Council, J&W Shopping Mart, Belize Electricity Limited, Hyper Sounds, the Honorable Anthony Mahler, and the Belize Police Department.
Morning vibes. It's time to shut up the shop. Just want to say big thanks to the Belizeans, other people who tune in to the conversation this morning. Share the link, share the link, share the link. And who patiently went until the phone lines come up and made their position known on Facebook or by calling or texting me. Again, the community call is for the Prime Minister of Belize to release the unedited footage of the violation of Joseph Budna, Belizean citizen, allegedly by members of the Belize Police Department. And the footage is from the library, the Treasury Department, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Social Security in Orange Walk Town, which is Orange Walk Central, which is the Prime Minister's constituency. And we're calling for that to be released now. With the demand it, with the tell you, let it loose. And also for we're going to have one independent investigation as relates to this violation. Minister of Police, Karim Musa, how we not hear fine? How we not see your face? Some people they call for a resignation. Some people they call for the resignation of the Commissioner of Police. I tell you no, this not a blow over like a breeze. The longer it take, the worse I am before. No, today that day 15, I come down. The security guard when I came in this morning was Roger Rushford. Thanks for going get me food from Kim Gamango. Thanks, Kim. I enjoyed my tea this morning as always. In the control room at XTV, technical director, Sister Christy Flowers. I tell you, I just like when people treat me with love, right? So this little chair where I sit down on the panel, height, right? So your foot hang, you not touch the ground, you hang. You know that all I love for your sister, she come and she bring one stool and put a little cushion on the stool so I can put my foot on it and just be comfortable. That's a town to say on this TV, but I don't know where all people that behind the scenes so I can say it. So big thanks, Sister Christy, Brother Cliff Lewis, Senior Engineer. The AC there, I actually called for the AC this morning because it's hot. And they ask you for take care of yourself out the road, drink one lot of water. You can't keep the drink, then sugary drink, and not drink one lot of water. Especially in this heat, this sun where they burn up your skin, stain up your skin. Elderly people, disabled people, young children. We had a toddler who died on an emergency boat trip to Belize City. We really have to look out for ourselves and other people who need guidance and assistance. And downstairs in Creme Radio Bestie. So the G, I don't forget you. Next Friday, yeah? I'll get you next Friday. Oh, how could I forget? Sunday, the Martin's Fest. All day, from morning till night. Come out. This is one. I mean, if you're in the 80s, you know about block parties. You know, our people in the community come out. We have vendors, give thanks to the sponsors. Crazy lineup of Belizean musician. I mean, live band, bashment. I mean, really. You know, come out Sunday from morning till night. I mean exactly what I say. From morning till night. It is Martin's Fest. I think that's the only black party what happening in this country, organized by Zinc. And big thanks to everybody who make it possible to bring money. And this is an opportunity where people will sell food, will sell things for holiday season for September. People hustle, try and make our money. And be responsible with your drinking. I tell you, no, Babylon, they right down the road. And right now, I know they're not happy because we the burn out and we have every right for burn out. So they are look for reason right now for Harlem pull up some way. So not give them no reason for Harlem pull up here. Yeah? Try the right. I'm locking off right now. Monday morning, Creator willing, Most High will be here and keep the fire burning for the Prime Minister believes for the right by we. With the demand, the raw footage from Orange Walk Town for the violation of unedited. So when you get catch right, because Jews don't got the real thing, so simple yourself. So people have to feel for that. This is such as I feel for that. The power of the people greater than the people in power and demanding an independent investigation of this particular alleged police violation of a citizen of Belize. Budna! Stand firm, brother. Until Monday, only the people want to save the people.
Believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WUB. And all the things that I feel